Hi, everyone. I just want to start quickly by saying, Ingibjörg, I found what you were saying super interesting because I'm maybe a little bit younger than you are, and I was actually in the starting phase of seeing the change. And when I became a teenager, I was one of the few people who didn't want to try all of the things you were mentioning, but just a few years later, you could really see the change. So it's really cool to see that the data can actually be used for good value. But to what I'm supposed to say. I'm here to give a short introduction to a really impressive project we have been working on with the Ministry of Health. And this project is actually headed by the Ministry of Health, and that is creating an effective workforce planning framework for the Icelandic healthcare. A small topic, like you can hear. We at Deloitte, we strongly believe that the future of health will be driven by digital transformation enabled by radically interoperable data and open, secure platforms. We also believe that emergent digital technologies, automation, artificial intelligence can enable a shift from the current reactive model to a continuous, forward-looking, proactive model focused on prevention and earlier diagnosis to sustain well-being and improve the cost-effectiveness of healthcare. The current state of staffing in Icelandic healthcare creates an opportunity to utilize these new technologies to optimize and enhance existing roles and create new ones that enable clinicians to use the full range of their skills and abilities and broaden their scope of practice. It is also an opportunity to recruit new types of staff with new skills to maximize the effectiveness of the healthcare system by letting the employees focus on their actual work but not on the necessary supporting roles. But what is strategic workforce planning? Strategic workforce planning in healthcare is the systematic process of our workforce capabilities, of aligning our workforce capabilities and capacities with the long-term goals of our healthcare system and the level of service we want to be able to have. It involves proactively planning for the right mix of skills at the right time in the right amounts to deliver on the promise of excellent patient care. This becomes increasingly critical in the era of digital transformation, where advanced technologies, data analytics, and telemedicine are changing the way we deliver our service. It ensures that our workforce is not only prepared for today's challenges, but is also ready for the healthcare innovations of tomorrow. This approach not only ensures that we have the right number of healthcare professionals to meet the growing and changing health needs of the population, but it also aligns with the skills and roles of our workforce with the future landscape of healthcare services in mind. By anticipating technological advancements, evolving disease patterns, and demographic shifts, strategic workforce planning enables healthcare providers to deliver high-quality service efficiently and effectively. It is the cornerstone of a resilient healthcare system, ensuring that we are prepared to face the challenges of tomorrow with a workforce that is skilled, adaptable, and ready to innovate. But before we can forge an effective workforce planning strategy, we must confront key challenges, and that's exactly what we're doing with the Ministry of Health. It's essential to recognize the hurdles that stand between us and a robust workforce planning framework. Our ability to forecast and meet the healthcare demands hinges on overcoming these obstacles. We must get a clearer view of demand, today and into the future, varying by level of service, profession, and location. For example, in terms of population trends, the age structure of our population, and the number of tourists that visit our beautiful country. We must also acquire more accurate real-time data. There is a lack of real-time data on staffing and productivity in various areas of healthcare today, and like mentioned previously, accurate data is the key to being able to proactively forecast how the future demand will look like. For example, what changes are happening and how fast. We must also clarify staffing standards. What is needed at a specific time, at a specific location, when a specific incident happens. Today's staffing standards are often undefined, unclear, or differing. And even though we're only talking about healthcare today, I think it is safe to say that the same applies in many other industries. And finally, we must coordinate job titles. The definitions of job titles within and between health institutions are often different, which makes it difficult for us to analyze between and to get actually the accuracy we need. Now, having thoroughly examined the challenges confronting our healthcare system, it's clear that a robust and a forward-thinking approach is crucial. As we head into solutions, I will outline a strategic framework for workforce planning that is both pragmatic and aligned with the Ministry's commitment to high-quality healthcare delivery. Like I said before, the Ministry of Health started this ambitious project before we became involved, and we were and still are deeply impressed by the foresight and how well this project is structured. We have now been working together for a while, and our main focus has been on the development of a structural approach that is informed by data, guided by best practices, and designed to be resilient. But how did it all begin? We began by establishing a clear vision, but it's not about just knowing where you're going. You have to share it with someone else or all the other ones, so this vision moves. We told everyone else about where we were going, because we were going to make sure that everyone were moving in unison. With this vision formulated, we have already consulted with key stakeholders, healthcare professionals, administrative staff, and various institutions at stake to ensure it resonates at every level. Next, we delved into the data, and this is actually the fun part on my side. Through thorough mapping and quality assessment, we've gained an understanding of our current resources and their allocation. Here, we were able to gain a deep understanding of the location of the available data and its structure. Mapping and doing some baseline assessments with the data made us really sure about that a small integration of a relatively few databases can provide a good overview of the staffing and performance of the most extensive service categories in the Icelandic healthcare system. And this was actually good news to us, because going into this phase, we didn't know what we would find, and we found more than we expected. And this is actually where we're at right now. We're now working on presenting the current picture by using the data to our advantage. Following that, we will create proposals for improvements aligning with the needs identified. So, our final phase is where our preparation meets action, effective strategic workforce planning. Although yet to commence, the groundwork we've laid will inform our strategic initiatives. This is where we'll adapt to the projected needs of our population and the evolution in healthcare technology and services. The ambition is to have built a governmental foundation, both with regulatory changes as well as changed behavior, where the total data set of the healthcare system is interconnected and with the ability to become a strong managerial tool to build a truly data and analytics-driven management of healthcare in Iceland. So, by achieving our goals, we can identify talent, need, and availability by understanding and planning for the skills required. We can make data-driven decisions on talent, both human and machine, needed for the future. We can elevate the workforce experience by exposing managers and employees to opportunities to build skills and grow careers. We can prepare for alternate and adverse outcomes with scenario plans considering diverse economics and talent access. Finally, we can proactively anticipate talent investment required to support business imperatives and strategic goals. But most importantly, we can become a globally leading healthcare system. Thanks.